Hello, welcome to the stream. Yes, we're here again and we are doing more Stream Badger stuff. So today we got the login thing working, and that was great. So today I'm going to start trying to make the app look a little bit nicer. And refactor things into components, which is the Blazor way. So you make sure you use components to construct pages from smaller bits and pieces that all stick together nicely. So we're going to do that, add some theming to make it look a bit nicer, and just generally tart it up a little bit, which I think is much overdue. So let me small myself. Hey, I remember to small myself. Excellent. And yeah, okay, so this is where we are working in Stream Badger desktop here. And so let's start out. If we look at main layout.razor, so this is inherited by all the pages. Well, no, hang on. Where's the absolute base? Right. So this is the absolute base thing here. This is where everything is getting imported and used. And so you see this line here, we're bringing in Bootstrap, and this is just vanilla Bootstrap. So if I run this thing and bring it on screen so people can see. So this is vanilla Bootstrap, and if you don't know what Bootstrap is, it's a CSS framework that provides a sort of basic set of styling and stuff. And so there's not very much going on here at all. These are buttons, but these image buttons don't show you anything useful, and these sounds buttons don't show you anything useful. This connect with Twitch, so it's all just generally a bit cack. So we're going to make it look a bit nicer to start off with. So we're going to go to bootswatch.com, because Bootswatch provides, as it says here, free themes for Bootstrap. And it's tuned for 5.0.1, so we might have to make some changes to our application to get that working. But yes, there's a whole bunch of different themes here, and I very much like this. There's Morph there. This is new. I haven't seen Morph before. So what does Morph look like? That's actually quite funky. So forms, that's a select. Do I like this? Do we like Morph? Are we fans of Morph? I'm not sure. No, not wild about Morph. I was looking at these earlier on. I hadn't noticed Morph, and there's Quartz, which is glassomorphic, which is kind of, yeah, that's just weird. And Slate and so forth. What I was thinking was I was going to bring in darkly and flatly, and then add a setting that lets you switch between dark theme and light theme. So I'm going to start off with darkly, and if we just go here and we can go to bootstrap.min.css, and let's open that with code. So there is a whole bunch of, wow, that's a lot of CSS. Not particularly a problem though, because this is running locally. So we're going to do file, save as, and we're going to go to D, Twitch, Stream Badger, SRC, Stream Badger desktop, root, CSS, and I'm just going to save this in here and call it darkly. There we go. And then in the index.html here, why is that not showing there? Stream Badger desktop www root css darkly min.css, but it is not showing up. Oh, hang on, it's in there. There we go. That's where it's gone. So if we go into index.html and we change this to take that out and just use darkly.min.css, and then run this again, and we should have a completely new look, which will be lovely, lovely, lovely. So yeah, there you go. It's become very similar, essentially. So we're going to do some stuff in here. So this is going to take us to the root thing here. And I'm going to change that like that. And menu CSS class. So let's find out what's changed with CSS5. And let's try putting nav back at the top of there. So main layout, and I think we just want to put nav menu in there like that. Let's try running that and see what that does. So it does that. That is not particularly helpful. Try this. There we go, that's better. So now we've got Stream Badger there. This is our nav menu across the top. And so what we can do is we can move this connect with Twitch button, which currently is in our index page here. So we've got login info there, and we can take that out and nav flex column. So then we can just put login info in there like that. I don't know what this means. Nothing makes any sense to me. And now I have just lost my thing there. Let's go back to here, and you can see the CSS for this here. So I'm gonna, oh no, I'm just gonna grab this HTML here. We're going to go back to here, and we're going to go into navmenu.razor. Button class equals navbar toggler. So we can grab this. So what do we got down here? Class equals navbar toggler, and then it just does that like that. Do. And then we put our login info here and take this out. And we can just get rid of those lines of code there. And we can get rid of those lines of code there, comment those out. Hey, Loka Mayuri 86, I'm just going to call you Loka. How are you doing? Thanks for dropping into the stream. And then login info here, we've just got a div, and then we've got that stuff there. And then, okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, so I can go to my elements here, and my div class equals page, and my navbar here. So I've got my dev tools here. So page, if I do width is 100 VW, like that. Then that makes the thing full width. Don't need a drop down there. So that appears to work there. Okay, so let's go and make that change in site.css. So this is site.css. Bunch of custom things in there. So I'm just going to go down to the end, and I'm going to say put it here outside of the media things, and we'll say div.page width : 100 VW. VW is viewport width things. Warning, server not responding. What server is not responding? Why is a server not responding? Come on. And then we can hit this again. And so that's now full width. And if I go to features, so that's cool. And then let's just jump back into navmenu.razor. And we've got navlink there. So up here we've got UL class equals navbar nav, and then let's try popping a navlink up here. Bring that across one. Take these out because we don't need them right now, and we'll just change this text here to be dashboard. Don't know what that is for there. What is that for? We'll find out. Stumbling around in the dark, no idea what I'm doing. There we go. And then we've got a connect with Twitch button over there. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to change this so that this says Stream Badger. And let's pop that out of there. And we'll pop that out of there. And then we can worry about that other stuff later on. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to take a look at deleting code. Yes, welcome Spooky Coder, how are you doing? I do love the deleting of code. Deleting code is always good. Well, I can always get it back, he said, theoretically. Okay. Now, on index.razor, we've got this thing here where we've got this button on click, image name, and all this sort of stuff here. And this comes from there. And so I'm going to create a new image. I'm going to take that set icon file. Right, hello, yes. You're new, you don't know what we're doing. I'm building a thing. So what this thing does, it's super clevs. So this is my dashboard thing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to OBS now, and I'm going to, I've just turned on an overlay in OBS. And so now if I click Perry, Perry appears overlaid on the stream, and then if I click it again, it goes away. And if I click Boom, then Boom appears on the stream. And then if I click it again, it goes away. And if I click Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
It does that. So, yes. That is basically what I'm building, is a thing that lets you can just import your own images into it, and then you can run it on your desktop. And the other nice thing is that I've got it set up so it works with Stream Deck. So I've got my images put into Stream Deck here, and I can just turn them on and off by pushing buttons on my Stream Deck. And it won't work right now, but when it does, when I get round to fixing the next thing up, it also integrates with the chat so that people in the chat can do bang Perry or bang boom, so exclamation mark bang. And that will appear over there as well. And things like that. So yes, and I can change it so that oh hi Mark is, you'll have to redeem bits, which are the bits down at the bottom of the chat window there, stickers, and you can redeem 200 stickers to do the oh hi Mark and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there you go. That's the basic plan. And there are things that will do this over the, so there are online things that will do this, but this runs locally, so you don't have to upload things into the cloud and don't have to rely on a server running and all that sort of stuff. So that's the plan. That's what we're building. So my next step here, this is a desktop app. So yes, it's a Blazor app. It is Blazor. You can see that it's Blazor because it's doing Blazor-y things and using components and all this sort of stuff. It is specifically, it is a Blazor server app rather than a Blazor WebAssembly app. So, but it is wrapped in something called Photino. So there is this package called Photino.blazor. And Photino, if you've heard of Electron, Electron is a framework, a container. I'll turn that overlay off because, yeah, that needs to go away. Electron lets you build apps using HTML and JavaScript and CSS and then publish them as desktop apps. And it's really nice because you write the app once and then you can build it for Windows and Mac and Linux and ship it all over the place. But Electron works, it's got a browser sort of thing in the window and it runs a Node server, Node.js server, to interact with the local system and do things like opening files and all this sort of stuff. Photino is basically the same, except instead of a Node server, it's a .NET server. So ASP.NET, you can put web APIs or whatever. And so yes, this is a Blazor server app, and it's two applications. Or rather, it's two Blazor apps. So if I dig down into my startup thing here, you can see that we have got Stream Badger here is a Blazor application, and Stream Badger Desktop is a separate Blazor application. Stream Badger Desktop runs inside Photino. Stream Badger, this is the thing that actually does the overlays and provides the page that's served inside OBS. And so yeah, it runs this on a local host port so that OBS can talk to it, and then it runs this one inside the window, so it's two separate applications. How did I come around to this? I started out building it just as a single web application. And I thought it would be fun just to build something that could splat images over the stream and stuff. And then people were saying, oh, you should turn it into a desktop application. And I thought, and then I did, because I found Photino and I thought that looks good. And yeah, the idea is to get it to a sort of a 0.1 state, and then I'll be sort of releasing it as open source, and there'll be a website for it and all that sort of thing. But it's really just a way for me to get my head around Blazor and learn Blazor and best practices and all this sort of thing. Because on the thing I was working on the stream before, I did a little bit of Blazor, and I'd never done it before, and because I have met the guy who actually invented Blazor quite a few times at conferences and stuff, and we follow each other on Twitter. And so when I was doing my I'm going to learn Blazor for the first time stream, I had the inventor of Blazor on the stream sort of watching me to see how I got on with it. And yeah, I like it. It's a really nice application model, and it's very flexible. And for .NET 6, which is coming out this November, this idea of doing a desktop application wrapped in a thin window of something, they're going to be supporting that in .NET MAUI, which is the multi-platform application user interface project. And so at that point, I might switch over to MAUI. I don't know. It depends how much Linux support matters, really. But yeah. So there we go. That's the what we're doing. So I'm going to go into Pages, and I am going to create a new Blazor component, and I'm going to call it Image Card. And then we're going to go back to here, and we're going to search down here. And there we go, here are cards. So we've got a card thing here, card MB3, and then we've got a card header where we want to put something. And then we've got that stuff there. So we're going to say div.card. I'm going to move this up onto the top window so for me to look at, and then we'll say MB-3, and then we will have an h3.class header. And then we're going to do a little more digging in. Blazor components. So components use Razor syntax, directives, routing, markup, component parameters. Component parameters pass data to components and defined using C# properties on the component class with the parameter attribute. Okay, so I think what that means is that down here we can have a prop string image name, and we can put the parameter attribute on that. And then in here we can say at image name like this. And then in here, we're going to say image card, image name equals, and we can take that, no. Right, so now these have become cards. Here, you see. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And take this out now because I've got my bar at the top to do that sort of stuff. But yes, if anybody, if you're watching, following along, and you've got any questions about Blazor or about C# or about any of the stuff that we're doing here, then please shout out in the chat, and I am happy to try and answer those questions. And if I don't know the answer to the question, then it's super fun to find out together. And if you're new and you want to say hi kind of outside of the stream, then I've got a Discord set up for School of Grok. So feel free to head over there and join in there as well. So I'm going to knock sounds out of here for the minute. Right, so my Stream Badger server here has got an AP, has got an endpoint on it with a /images/name, and this runs on port 25293. And so if in my image card.razor, let's just look back at here. So we've got this SVG here that does something, displays an image. So if I put an image in here and say src equals http://localhost:/25293/image/@image name, class equals d-block user select none, width equals 100%, style equals width : 100%, height 200px, like that. Let's see what that does. Okay, not sure what's going on here. Gonna try, oh well, I can take that out for a start. Images slash. Like so. There we go. So we've got these things here, how can I get them to flow across the page? No, I think it's in index.razor. If I take that out there, like that, so yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna go back to my image card.razor and I'm going to make max height 200 px. Like so. And we're going to make this col2 instead to make that a little bit smaller. There we go. So now we have buttons, images showing there. But what I really want is for them to be buttons so that when you click on them, they will do something useful. So I think we can say button class equals btn dash link, like so. And now those have become buttons. Don't look like buttons, but they work like buttons. So we can shut that off there like that. And then if we go back to index.razor, there was an image click thing here. So I was injecting server client. Up there like that, and then image click was there, and that can go down into here like this, and then we just had the button and we had on click equals that. So we can say at on click equals image click, and we don't have to pass anything in because we only have the one image per component. And this is the nice thing about breaking things up into components. The way things were working before, I had all this stuff going on in here. And it was a bit kind of there. But I think this makes it work better. So now we still load the image names in here like this. But we don't need image click there anymore. And that works properly there. And get rid of that because I don't need it anymore. So yeah, this is now neatly encapsulated in this component. Like this. That's what I'm thinking, is to make an image list component. That's my next theory, is to do that. So I'm going to refresh this and do this. Whoops, no. Make that visible, and then let's just click boom in here. Yep, that works. Nice. So then let's make an image list component. So we say Alt Insert, Laser Component, Image List. And we can take that out of there. I was wondering, Surly Dev, why you were saying git dash dash version. I'm just going to... There you go. Git version. What is my git version? .2.3. I was close. How many screens have you got? I've got 4 or 19 if you count each of the buttons on my Stream Deck as individual screens. Yeah, no, that's too many. Right, what are we doing? So, image list. So into image list, we're going to inject, let's close other tabs, and then we'll open up image list, and we're going to stick that up there. Are the Stream Deck buttons, but I have no idea how the Stream Deck buttons work. I think it's probably, it would be insane for them to have made 15 OLED screens. So I suspect they are just transparent buttons over a single OLED screen, or whatever is under there. But yes, I don't know how it works. It's like my car. I don't know how it works. And quite honestly, I'm not very good at driving it. No, they do depress. They definitely depress. And things happen when you depress them. I just can't tell what's actually going on underneath it. And I'm really not going to void my warranty by going in and finding out. Okay, so then we're going to do a on after render. Well, we're going to do this, grab this like this, and put that here. And then we're going to grab my initializer there, and we're going to put that in here as well. And then we're going to say div class equals row. Like that. And then we can just say image list like that. Take that out. Take that out. Does anyone know how I can bring part of one commit from one branch into my current branch? I don't know how to bring the whole commit over. I know that's called cherry picking, but I don't know how you do it. Git cherry pick. Apply the changes introduced by some existing commits. Yes, no, that does appear. Apply the change introduced by... Yes, no, that does appear to be doing entire commits. Right, in which case I'm going to tell you how I do it. I open up the... So I push the branch that I want to copy commit stuff from to GitHub, and then I go to the GitHub view for that branch, and then I copy and paste stuff into my editor on the branch that I'm actually working on. And I don't care what you say because it works. Yes, I spent quite a while doing that this morning. The tricky thing is remembering all the changes that you made. I really need to change the name of that GitHub repository to Stream Badger so that it's less cack. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Being distracted. Okay, so there we go. So then we can take this out of here. And we can take this out of here because we don't need that anymore. And then let's just go and we'll have another Blazor component. Your remote desktoping into a Raspberry Pi. What's the Raspberry Pi running? Yay, Vim! Raspbian. I do like Vim. I just installed NVim, NeoVim on this machine. Because I've got Idea Vim installed into JetBrains Rider, and I've got VS Vim or VS Code Vim installed into VS Code, but there's nothing actually that is a substitute for full-blown actual Vim if what you want to do is a bunch of really, really scary search and replace or any of that stuff. So, sound card is going to, so we're not going to have you up there. Let's open up image card. And we can bring that across. And then we can bring this across here like this. And then here we'll have a prop string sound name. Actually, let's refactor this. So that's just going to be name, and then we'll put parameter on there like that. And then that's just going to become name. But then instead of an image, we're just going to have a button which is going to be btn dash primary. And we're just going to put play in there like that. And then we're going to have, there's my image card here. Like this. And sound click. Actually, we can just call that click because it's obviously sound because we're in the sound component. And that's going to not show an image, it's going to play a sound. And so that's just going to do that. Can we convert that to method group? Let's find out. It's a good way to find out, isn't it? So that works like that. And then we are going to add another Blazor component, and we're going to call it sound list. And so this is going to be a bit like image list. So we're going to @inject sound store like so. And I'm going to refactor this so it's just called names, like that. And I'm going to grab this code here and stick it here. And this is going to become soundstore.getSoundNames_array. Like that. And then our list is going to be another div class row. And this is going to become sound card name equals name, like that. And then in our index.razor, we're going to bang an HR in there like that. And then we're going to do the sound list like that. And I'm not going to do applause because it makes an enormous amount of noise. But let's just refresh this and then show that on there. And I'm just going to click this play button here.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And that played that like that. Excellent. Good stuff. Cool. Right, so let's go back to here. Tabs. So I'm going to try and make a tabs control here. And so we've got tab content here. Window, window, window. There we go. Right, so let's go back to here. So I can get rid of that there like that. And I can get rid of that. And so I've got a codeless index.razor. Nothing in there at all. pretty sure I can get rid of that. Okay. So now I can get rid of that, and that, and that, and that, and I think we're pretty good. Going to leave those there for a minute because I haven't done anything with them. So let's go ul class equals nav dash tabs. And then we have li class equals nav item and a class equals link. So li class equals nav item. And then a class dot nav link. And then this data-bs toggle thing here, that only works with the Bootstrap JavaScript, and we're not using the Bootstrap JavaScript. So we are going to down here, we're going to have a div class equals tab pane. Oh no, div class equals tab content. And then div.tab pane. My image list is going to go in there. And we're going to have fade and show and active. Fade, show, active. And ID is going to be images. And then this is going to be href equals hash images. On click args, and we're going to create the method on click, and it's going to go down there. Okay, and we've got mouse event args. So args dot the button number that was pressed when what the heck? So we're going to ignore that, and then in here we're going to pass in images like that. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. Right. take that out of there and that out of there. Okay, so that does that. And then we can do this again, like this. And this can be sounds. And this can be sounds. And then we'll have another method down here. Show sounds like that. And then we'll have another like that, and then sound list is going to go in here like that. Reverting my commit on the master branch, then doing a git check out the bad version created branch from there, rename the file, check out master, delete the file, rename the bad copy to overrun within the git, add -p stage the hunks I wanted, committed those, git status, then shows the bits you didn't stage as modifications, so I did a git checkout to discard those. That sounds awfully complicated. Sounds much more complicated than what I'm doing here. But as long as it's working, right. So now I need to figure out how to get this div here. So Blazor get element by ID. Interesting, there's no way to access the DOM directly, which kind of makes sense. So then if we go to here, we can say private string underscore image class show active private string underscore sounds class equals nothing at all. And then in here we can put underscore images class like that. And then in show images, we can say if underscore images class does not equal show active, underscore images class equals show active, underscore sounds class equals nothing, and state has changed. And then here we can switch that back again like that. And then we can put sounds class in there like that. I think theoretically that should work. Let's see what that does. So we've got images, and then we've got sounds and images like that. Why are those out? That does work. So yay me, that worked. But something is seriously off. There. But there it is. So nav item, nav link active. What does that do? Right, there we go. So then that becomes that thing there. Private string underscore image tab class equals active. Does that like that. And then we can put at underscore images tab class and at underscore sounds tab class in there like that. Like so. And then in here we can put underscore sounds tab class equals active and underscore images tab class equals empty like that. They're still not happy though, are they? So let's go into here, and then in here we've got this, and we've got our content and our nav tabs and nav item there. So that's got active on it, but that also has active on it. So I've probably done something stupid. Yep, that's what I've done. So that's going to become sounds tab class like that. What I'm not understanding there is why they are not lining up nicely. Nav tabs, nav item, nav link, nav tabs, nav item, nav link with some stuff. We've got an on click in there. So why is that not working nice? Oh, hang on a moment. Let's see if there's something weird happening in Site.css that might be buggering around with those. Okay, so then inspect, and can I actually do this? Right, so we've got nav item here and then another nav item there. What's that padding nonsense for? Let's turn that off, and then this one, and we can turn that off as well. That's better. That's more like it. Much nicer. So I'm going to take these out. And actually, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So I don't have a sidebar anymore. So I'm just going to take that out of there like that. And I'm going to get rid of these nav item things because those are probably mucking about with my styling. And that's probably mucking about with my styling as well. And you can go away. And you can go away there like that. And so that doesn't need that. And we can take that out because that's overriding styling there, and that's overriding styling there as well. And actually, that's overriding the darkly styling, and I don't want that. So app, we'll leave that in there. Don't know what that top thing there is. Don't know what main is. I'm going to leave these because I don't know what they are. And save that, and let's see what this looks like now. Okay, cool. That looks much nicer. That looks much, much better. So now in my image card here, I'm going to make that H4 and see what that looks like. Let me just there. I'm going to make that an H5. What does that do? H6. H5. Right, H5 and text center. That looks good. And then we can do that here as well. So that becomes 5. And then text center on that like that. And then in my front page here, we're going to have this is going to be an H4 images, and this is going to be H4 sounds. And we'll stop it and rerun it. There we go. That's nice. Yeah. Why not put this on the CSS? I'm trying to take advantage of the sort of styling that's built in with the Darkly theme. So let's, because yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that are essentially built in here. And it's got, so the typography here, it's got heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Now I think actually there is a thing you can do where you can say class equals H. So if I put class equals H4, I think that will have the same effect. Oh, yeah. Like so. So yeah, there you go. That has the same effect. So that is a better way of doing it. So let's H4 there. And then take that out of there. That's going to make those look much nicer. Okay. So then let's take a look at this uploading a new image thing here. So I'm going to add this into the image list here. And we're just going to have a div class equals row and a button class equals btn dash no, hang on, we're going to make this a nav link. No, we're not, we don't need it to be a nav link. It's just going to be an href equals /upload image. div.col-1 and btn-block will make that fill up the entire thing. And we'll make that 2, because that didn't look very good. And then we have an import image button there, but that's going to go to a not found at the moment because we don't have an import image page. So let's go over to here. Paste it into here like this. And we don't want that. Later on, this button's going to be on the bottom. No, probably not, but I am going to make it stand out a bit better. So let's go and look at the get bootstrap.com docs, layout, utilities, spacing. So M T for set classes that set top or padding top, bottom. So if I do my-1 on here, that should give us a little bit of spacing. More than one scoped CSS. Okay, let's delete add image from here. More than one scoped CSS files. Show in Explorer. Pages. Nothing in there. Dream Badger desktop pages, add image.razor.css. Let's just advanced build actions, rebuild to clear out stuff there. No, there really is only one. Thing in there. Why are you no work? Let's go to here and do a search for add image.razor.css. See, that really is legit only one. Okay, I'm just going to, nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Create a new thing here and put that code into there, and then get rid of that file like that, and then try and build this. And that works okay. And then I'm going to add a style sheet and call it add image.razor.css. I'm going to paste this back in, and then I'm going to do this. And there we go, that works. And that takes us over to here, which is great. We are now in the right place. But our... yeah, I don't know what that was about. It obviously got very confused. So let's choose a file, and we're going to go to... let's go to backgrounds, because I've got some fun pictures in here. 1966 Batcave. So that should have appeared in there. Right. Never mind. Let's worry about what is going on here. So, forms. Form control. Works like that. So we've just got form and then class MB-3. Right. MB-3. And we'll do that on each of these. And that's going to be class equals form control, and that's form control file. And then this is going to be class equals form dash label. And then we'll have that in here as well. Label dot form label. ID equals image style, and then this for can become image style like that. Form label. ID equals sound. ID equals name. For equals name like that. Class equals form control. Class equals form control. Let's see what that looks like. That looks a little bit better. I'll bring it here so you can see it. We can resize that as well. We can choose file. And so we just need to put CSS in there like that. That looks much, much, much better. And then we can await, invoke async, state has changed instead of doing that. And let's set a breakpoint in here. Add image, choose file, Animal Kingdom. So why is that not working? Choose file, Apple Garage. That just flat out doesn't seem to want to work. Why is that not getting called? No, you do not get console errors from this. This is the sort of really vexing thing with this. But I should be hitting a breakpoint. Because if I, set a breakpoint in there and run this. And add image, choose file, 15 stars. See, that's not triggering that. We can say Bob, and if we click submit, see, we do hit the breakpoint there. So let's stop that because we don't want to do it. Right. Blazor input file on change. Maybe put an @ on there. Add image, choose a file, 15 stars. That still did not hit that breakpoint. This was working fine in the other code. So what's going wrong here? Why is this not working for me? Let's try it without the class, see if that's making any difference for some reason, but it shouldn't be. See, it's just not triggering. Set a bunch more breakpoints. Choose file, 1966 back. No, see, it's... It is not making me happy. Why do you not want me to be happy? Naughty, naughty application. Arrgh. Not firing. Input file. That's from when Steve was still doing stuff. Oh, hang on. There's an open issue. Well, heck. That's a problem. Ah. When is it going to arrive? Building with them first going to the Blazor web view. All the desktop controls and APIs from .NET MAUI in addition to, so okay, that's exciting, I guess. But yeah, this is just severely unhelpful. Try Photino, Photino.blazor. What's the thing called? So let's search for onChange in here. Nope. And see, the problem here is, this is the kind of issue with Photino, is that they've gone super quiet on Blazor. So they're not doing any work on it, and there's this pinned issue here. Photino support all web frameworks, not just Blazor, and the community can use it outside of the .NET world. We anticipate at some point dropping Blazor desktop support when it's fully integrated into .NET in the .NET 6 timeframe. Should we continue to invest in supporting Blazor in Photino as well? Yes, yes, you should. So yeah, there's basically a bunch of people on here who are kind of, yay, let's use Photino, so my Blazor app can be a desktop application. And now the people who started the project, which was forked from Steve Sanderson's web view for Blazor, have decided that they're not interested in supporting Blazor. Okay, that's very upsetting, and it has made me extremely unhappy. Fork. Oh god damn it. Let's just so forks. They haven't updated it. They haven't updated it. They haven't updated. Nope. 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 Okay. Blazor desktop. Yeah, no, it's not working at the moment, Des, because the thing's not actually running. Hang on. Oh, and it won't work because the login thing isn't working at the moment as well. Hosting a Blazor WASM app inside of a WPF application. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. Web window is Steve Sanderson's thing. And it was by going to web window, GitHub, web window. You're probably not getting the last 10 minutes because I'm going to have to nip off very shortly. Photino, which is based on this and is doing stuff. Blazor has become a very popular... Yes, it has. Blazor Desktop offers a lot of choice on how you can structure application. At one end of the application spectrum, you can use blah, 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 blah. Blazor Desktop is built on top of .NET multi-platform app UI, relies on that UI stack for a native application container and native controls. The entire app is built with Blazor with the exception of the outer Chrome, which is provided by the Mac application container. This is a WPF app with WPF controls and an island of Blazor that is able to interact with WPF. So that's going to work. Yes, I can launch the controls here. So I can press F12 and get the dev tools up, and then I can go to add image. And then that's my stuff there. So if I do choose file 15 stars, so you're suggesting look at the console to see if anything's gone wrong, but no, it's not really logging stuff to the console at all. There. Arg! I don't want to do that. Bother. Bother, 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 bother. So yes, there's a slight issue with Photino input file on change. Try Photino, Photino samples, issues, Photino.blazor input file on change callback is not fired. Thank you for reporting this issue. I will investigate the source of this problem with input file. And that was on the 25th of March, and we're now on the 20th of May, and nothing has happened. This is very, very stressful. And we've got some shared source in here, and we've got a render batch writer. So this is stuff that they've nicked from the Blazor source code itself, I think. And we've got a desktop renderer. Components desktop, Photino window, run async. Hang on. Event callback on change. On change.invoke async input file change event args files. Going to try one thing. See if not doing it as a method group will make any difference at all. No, nothing. Damn it! Damn it, that's really, 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 really annoying. I'm very, very upset now. I have no idea what to do about that. And it's 9 o'clock and it's time to go and watch Lego Masters. Right, I'm gonna chase this up outside of stream time and go back onto that issue and see if something's there, but this may potentially involve writing my own input file and my own JS interop and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have a look and we'll see what we can do with it. Okay, so that will be on. It's Thursday, isn't it? I'm trying not to swear on the stream because I want it to be family friendly and I don't want Twitch to kind of go, oh, you're using adult language, it's an adult stream. So yeah. Okay, so I think that we can probably get around this just by writing our own input file component. So that'll be fun. Let's on the stream on Tuesday. What's that doing here? JS interop does that. Yeah, no, that seems to be something else. That was a bug in Firefox that was stopping it from working. But no, so what we are going to do is we're going to, because when we went and looked in this, there's this open read stream thing here. element reference there. So there's some internal classes there that do stuff. And we've got a copy file data into buffer. So there's some stuff going on there. Yeah, okay. We're going to figure it out. It's basically something in here is not working. Photino Blazor. Blazor JS. I wonder if there's something missing. In here. Right, let's set this up as this is what we're going to do on Tuesday next week, assuming I'm streaming on Tuesday next week, which I think I am. We will take a look at this, but yeah, for the time being, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to say to myself, well, at least it looks lovely, which is true, it does. And you never know, maybe tomorrow Microsoft will, when did the last, let's go to .net/core. Net 6 preview. So this came out on April the 8th. So we are due for another V6 preview. And actually it's build next week. It's MS build. So yes. Who can we raid? Who can we raid? Let's raid a channel. C# Fritz. Yep, let's raid C# Fritz. I'll hand you over to him. So Tuesday next week, we're going to try and fix this issue here. Thank you very much, everybody, for... I'm just going to bring that back up at the top there. Yeah, I will see you on Tuesday next week. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, sorry about the upload thing. Bit of a shame, but we'll figure it out. And we are raiding now.
DMCA cops chasing me down. Anyways, pirates? The Bluebeard pirate tale?
Yes, the notorious Elfinger. Which, like I said this on stream, my daughter would kill me if she ever watches one of these. That she actually has Elfingers IRL.
Oh, really? See,
yeah.
It doesn't work to put this over. It's just, let's see. That was a whole pirate thing for a long time that I did. All right, so I've got a space now to place this dashboard. Something moving. Dupersoft wants me to change hats. All right, I see what we're doing here.